Sometimes the world works in mysterious ways. The business of gold mining in South Africa is a perfect example. For decades, the large white-owned companies have controlled the land's mineral rights, but they now find that their operations are no longer profitable.
This has opened the way for poor black South African miners to pursue their dreams of striking it rich. Why have the tables turned? Well, one reason is economics.
Gold prices have dropped so low that it is difficult for large mining companies with expensive equipment and overhead to make a profit. Black miners have no such overhead. Their equipment is limited to hammers, poles, buckets, and simple hand-cranked separators.
The miners' cause is also aided by the end of the white rule in South Africa, even though it is technically illegal for these small-time operators to mine on land owned by large corporations. The new multiracial government looks the other way.
But as you'll see in the CNN report, that doesn't make the work any easier or guarantee success.
Joe Umhlanga and the gold reef that he hopes will make him rich.
Okay.
But it's a hope that has never been realized by generations of miners who've burrowed into these mountains in South Africa's Mpumalanga province.
Sometimes you dig for about 2-3 months without getting anything. Sometimes you dig for one day, you get kilos. It depends how rich is the reef.
It depends, too, on who owns the mineral rights. And for decades, these have been in the hands of the big, white-owned mining companies.
Because there are a lot of mines who are around here, and they are not using those mines. So I don't know why it's so difficult for them to give us these rights.
Negotiations are underway. And ironically, a falling gold price strengthens the miners' position, emphasizing their argument that they can make profit where the big companies no longer try. Strictly speaking, the work here is illegal, but the government of the day is supporting the miners in their bid for mineral rights.
Okay.
Unlike the regime of the past, where to be black was to be prohibited from ownership.
No,
We had to work at night then, says Mketi, and we had to bribe whites to sell out gold dust. I don't know how old I am now, he adds, but I was tending the cattle as a youngster during Hitler's war. And indeed, mining methods in these mountains have not changed at all since Mketi was young. The gold-bearing ore is still dug out of the rock face and crushed by hand. If of a high enough grade, it is then carried down the mountain to a separator that is not dissimilar from those used at the turn of the century. But despite this, Joe Umhlanga believes he can still achieve his dream. And he says there are hundreds of others like him who will remain operating in secret until the mineral rights no longer being exercised by the white owners are transferred to those who do want to mine.
So all those people, they fear to come out from the bush to say that they want to lay meat, since they know that they must be arrested if they come out and say, wait.
And while in the wake of a plummeting gold price, the owners of the big mines talk about the end of the gold industry, Joe and others like him see only a new beginning. Mike Hanna, CNN, South Africa.
It will definitely be a reversal of fortune if these small-time operations succeed where large corporations no longer can. Maybe low-tech and hard work will succeed where money and high-tech methods are no longer practical.